A new global conflict is on the horizon. It's boiling over between India and Pakistan. For now, it's mostly threats, but shots have continued to fire on the border for days. This could be the beginning of a full-scale war.
A lot of activities going on and anything could happen, so we are getting ready and prepared for it anyway. And these few days, are, as I said, are very important.
The pretext for the escalation of a conflict that has been going on for nearly 80 years, when the two countries gained independence, was a terrorist attack a few days ago. 26 people were killed in the deadliest attack in Indian Kashmir in 2 decades. India accused Pakistan of supporting the militants. I assure you that the government of India will get to all those responsible for the attack on our people, and the principals who dare to raise their hand against us will also be bitterly regretted. Kashmir is a disputed region divided between India and Pakistan. There have been clashes, conflicts, and mutual recriminations here for decades. It's a fight for land, for influence, but also for access to water, which in this region of the world, with its extreme heat, is often at the price of life.
There's growing concern among the international community that the situation could get even more out of hand. The US, the UN have called for de-escalation and restraint.
It is already very dangerous on the border between the two countries. Shots are heard. Pakistanis are fleeing India, and Indians are fleeing Pakistan. Both countries have closed their airspace to enemy aircraft. The role of the mediator is taken over by the Americans.
Regarding the Kashmir situation, India and Pakistan, that he said we are reaching out to both parties. And telling, of course, them to not escalate the situation. The Secretary expects to speak with the foreign ministers of Pakistan and India as early as today or tomorrow. He is encouraging other national leaders, other foreign ministers, to also reach out to the countries on this issue.
Although these are distant countries and a remote region from both Europe and the United States, the bad news is that both countries have nuclear weapons. And if only for that reason, one cannot remain indifferent to what is happening in this unstable region of the world. These are countries that have nuclear weapons, which they could use as a last resort. In addition, both Pakistan and India have announced from the very beginning that they want to have nuclear weapons, precisely as a way to scare off the other country. And now, why is this situation dangerous for the United States as well? Because the U.S., with both one country and the other, has relatively good relations. Pakistan is geostrategically important to the Americans, having enabled them, for example, to intervene militarily in Afghanistan. India, on the other hand, is a gigantic market that is natural competition for China, and yet Beijing is Washington's economic rival. A war between India and Pakistan would thwart Donald Trump's plans to form a coalition of countries in the region to help the Americans stop Chinese expansion.
India's coming along great. I think we'll have a deal with India. The Prime Minister, as you know, was here 3 weeks ago, and they want to make a deal. We'll see what happens.
The U.S. administration hopes that, as in the case of Ukraine, a good offer of cooperation will convince India and Pakistan to bury the hatchet of war.